So we already have done part of our lesson, but here we are talking about the 3 different ways that we can write multiplication not using an X. Because we know that we can't use an X because it looks like 5xd, like you're multiplying 5 times x times d. All right, so we know that we can use 5.d, and that dot is not a decimal. It's in the middle of the road. Just like if you were in kindergarten or first grade and you had that paper that had the little dashes, that's where it would go. It would go on one of those dashes. Okay, Will, give me another one.
I'm just going to take a guess. Could you do a cursive X?
Well, we're going to use D, but no.
Okay.
No. All right, what's one win?
5D.
5D. Yes, 5D.
But how would you know if it's not like multiplying?
Well, we talked about math as a language. And when 2 things are sitting next to each other like that, it means multiply. It just does. Now, here's one key you need to keep in mind. The letter goes behind the number. So do the number first, then the letter. You'll really never see D5. It's really 5D, okay? 7C, 18Y, okay? The letter almost never comes first, all right? And there's one more. Do you know what it is, Wheeler?
I'm going to guess, is it a 5/D?
No, that would be division.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the division sign on a keyboard. Do you know it? No. Will you hold your hand up? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Do you put the X in parentheses?
Well, yes, it's a D, but yes. 5 parentheses D. That also means to multiply. And again, math is black or white. There's no gray. It's a universal language. So any of these, if anybody who's ever taken algebra, they would know that that says 5 times D. 5 times D. 5 times D.
Instead of 5D.
Okay, great point. Will said, wouldn't it be easier just to do 5D instead of the parentheses or the dot? Yes, absolutely. So this one, the 5D, where they're next to each other, is the most efficient. Okay, that is the best way. But all of these 3 are correct. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Would you prefer us doing any way?
I prefer 5D, but I'll accept any of them. Yeah, okay. There will come a point where that's the only one you will use. It's just the best.
Like in high school?
Yeah, it's the best way. Okay, so let's look at the next examples. But you know what, actually, while we're talking about multiplying, let's scoot down to the bottom and let's take some notes. So, multiplying in algebra. We said that the issue was that the 5xd looks like a 5 with 2 variables. There are 3 options to remove the x. And once you have this down, you're going to need a red pen, please. So it looks like it says 5 times x times d. We're not doing that, okay? All right, have your red pen out for me too, please. Yes, sir.
Cause like in algebra, is there ever there's a chart at the bottom and it says what the numbers equal?
Yes.
And you have to
plug them in.
Would it be 5xd, like 500 and?
Yeah. So that could be a problem. And it could be x equals 2 and d equals 3. No, it'd be 5 times 2 times 3.
Is that where you have to use the order operation?
Yes. But it's all the same order, same operation. So.
Oh, but what if you're still already put there? Do you question like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the first one, let's start with 5.d. We know that that says 5 times D.
Is that pencil or pen?
That's pencil. Okay. So next, what if we used the letters A and B? Can I write this? Well, I can write it, obviously. But does it say A times B? Like, is this a legal math move?
No.
A times B.
That's two variables. Isn't it?
It is 2 variables. Good. But can I write it? If I sent this to the high school, would they say, yes, that says A times B?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It says A times B. Is it the most efficient way?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, your best way would be A, B, right next to each other. But it's correct. Now let's use numbers. What if I did 3.8? Is that legal in algebra?
No.
Or does it say 3 times 8?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm looking to know, okay? So yes, that one works as well.
Wait,
It's
would
kinda
you do
weird.
that if you were just like multiplying that with like algebra?
You can. The thing with that, though, is you've got to be careful. You're not going to think it's a decimal.
But you couldn't do like 38 because I mean 3 and 8 together because that wouldn't make any sense.
Okay, good. We're going to get to that in just a minute. Good thinking. Let's move on next to 5D, next to each other. No, I'm sorry. Let's do parentheses. 5 parentheses D. 5 parentheses D. With our letters, can I do A parentheses B? Does that say A times B?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Is it the most efficient way?
No.
No. What's the best way?
AB.
AB. It just is. It's 2 letters. They're different, so you can put them next to each other. What about 3 parentheses 8? Does that say 3 times 8?
Yes.
Yes, it does. And really, this parentheses is better way to write it, is a better way than the dot when you have 2 numbers, okay? There's just less confusion. Because if you put that decimal just a smidge lower, it looks like 3.8. You know what I'm saying? Maddie.
Is there such thing as
But it doesn't make it kind of
infinity?
doesn't make any sense because if you have 2 letters, then how would you know what the problems are?
Well, we can't solve these problems right now because we don't know what A stands for and we don't know what B stands for.
And we don't know.
But if I told you that A was 2 and B was 3, then Maddie, hold on. Maddie, how would you answer this? It says A times B. A was 2, B was 3. 6. It's 2 times 3. Okay? But you don't know, so you can't solve these problems. And that's why it's kind of fun, because we're not solving, we're just writing equations right now.
Could A be
Oh yeah, we'll solve.
when?
Tomorrow.
Could A
All right, what about
Are we having
this?
a test on this Friday?
Shh. 5D. 5D. Now, somebody explain to me why I can write those next to each other like that, without a sign. There's no sign at all. What is it, Colin?
Because they're not 2 numbers.
Yeah, they're not the same thing, right? One's a number and one's a letter.
And it's part of the math.
So they can go, it's part of the math language, you can do it. So let's do this then. Can I write AB?
Yes.
Does that say A times B?
Yes.
Yes. What about with our numbers?
No.
If I write 3.8, if I write 3.8, does it say 3 times 8?
No.
No, it doesn't. What does it say?
38.
38. So let's put an X. Okay? If I showed Miss Lawrence this number right here, she would say 38. She would never say 3 times 8 because that's not what it says.
And it makes like.
She would say this says 3 times 8. And she would say this one says 3 times 8. But this one says 38. There's no question. Okay? Now I'm going to move over to the left-hand side so that I can do a few examples.
Do we need
Is
to
this gonna be
review?
like our homework?
This is like your homework right here.
Just like answering one.
Mister, we never finished the chart.
Oh, we didn't. So sorry. Let's go back.
Oh yeah, we did.
Thank you, Madeline. Okay. A apples divided by 4. What's our operation and what's the expression going to look like? What's our operation, Adrian?
Division.
Division. And what is our algebraic expression going to look like? What is it, Catherine?
It's going to be a slash.
It is, but tell me the whole problem. 8 apples divided by 4.
A/4.
Mm-hmm.
And can we write
There's 2 different ways. That's one of them. What's the other way? Good. So what does it look like, Will?
Just A divided by 4.
That's it.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought the number always matters.
No. When you're multiplying.
What is the last one?
Yeah. Good question. Emma Chase said, I thought you said that the number always goes first. Great point. I said that, but it's only when you're multiplying. When they're next to each other. Otherwise, Nolly, you have to do whatever the problem says. This doesn't say 4 divided by A, it says A divided by 4. Okay? All right, let's look at this last one. It has several different pieces. Okay, Maddie? 5 less than 3 times an amount X.
Oh, so
5 less than 3 times an amount X. Write down what you think it is in your box. It's okay if you have to erase it. 5 less than 3 times an amount X. Write the expression too, whatever you think. All right, so what's an operation? Katie?
Is it 2 of them?
There are 2 of them, yes.
Subtraction and multiplication.
Subtraction and multiplication. Good. Okay. So who wants to take a stab at the equation? What do you think, Jack?
3x minus 5.
That's it.
Wait. Does 3x go first?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why would
Because look what it says. 5 less than 3 times an amount.
And then 3 has to go before these.
Right. So we're going to take 3 times an amount. That's our total. And we're going to take 5 away from it. 5 less than 3 times x. And I'm not going to put x3.
What's the amount of x?
Doesn't matter.
Is that gonna
We're not solving right now. All we're doing is writing equations, writing expressions, okay? We're not solving it.
Where are you
That's
multiplying?
all I'm looking for. Huh?
Where do you multiply that?
Nothing. You don't know what x
I
is.
did it 5
X could be 0.375. It could be 4 billion.
Oh, yeah.
It could be 37 and 82 hundredths. It could be anything. We have no idea. So we're not solving for x. There's no way to solve that.
Unless you give us a number.
Is this where
Yeah,
Isola's
Yes.
group
Mhm.
are? I did this.
Rachel.
When you're doing algebra with addition,
Uh-huh.
how do you know that the addition sign isn't a T?
I'm so glad you brought that up. What a fabulous thought you have. Let's fast forward to the other side. Perfect segue, my friend. I could not have done it better. What if I pose this problem to you? The difference of a number t and 22. Now, take a moment and study my T. This is my favorite kind of tea. It looks like a mermaid. Do you see that? Because if I wrote a T like this, and let's say I wrote this, 3T, and I sent that over to the high school. Oh, okay, thank you. What am I going to say? What are they going to say? What is their question going to be? They're going to send back a question and say, what are they going to say, Catherine?
3 times T.
Nope. They're not going to say that. What are they going to say, Andrew?
3 plus.
They're going to say 3 plus what? 3 plus what is what they're going to say. Okay? Because remember, there is no gray. And that in algebra
Is it gray?
is gray. It's a plus sign. So it's really not gray. It's black and white, and it's a plus sign. And so they're going to say 3 plus what? What do you want us to do? And you're going to say, no, that's not what I meant. I meant for it to be a T. So just write a mermaid T.
Wait, would they know how to write that too?
Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah. Okay. So what is this algebraic expression then? The difference of a number T and 22. What do you think, Katie?
Is it
A number T?
It is. T is the unknown. You can use any letter you want to if you're making up the problem. The most popular ones are A, B, C, and then X, Y,
Can
Z.
you use 2 letters?
Really, X and Y are going to be your main 2 ones, but then A and B are also very popular. So you can't use your own letter in this problem because they've already told you it's T.
Can you use
Okay? You can use any letter you want to if you're making up your own problem. And sometimes you'll have to do that. But for this problem, you have to use a T. Oh, and I'm going to go back and cross this out because you can't do that. Okay? Will,
I don't really understand 5 less than 3 times the amount of X.
we're going to do another one in just a second, and you can look at it, okay? All right, number 2. M bikes added to 18 bikes. M bikes added to 18 bikes. Write it down, see what you think. So what do you think it's going to be? What's our equation? Our algebraic expression. What's it going to be, Madeline?
M plus 18?
It is. Anybody have another one they like? What do you like, Nolly?
18 plus 4.
That's all right.
You didn't do the T.
It's not a T. It's a plus
Oh,
sign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
You could do the T, like, the parentheses, and then, like, just do 1 and then put a slash.
Blah.
To remember how to do it.
Just make a mermaid tail. All right. 11 times a number Z. I write a line through my Z's because they kind of look like a 2. What has it been?
11 times 8.
It is. And how do you write that?
11. And then I'll do.
Let him think about it, please. He's right. It's 11 times Z. How do we want to write it, Nolly?
11Z.
11Z. That's the most efficient way.
Can we write all of them?
You can. You can also write 11 parentheses Z or 11 dot Z. But your best way is 11Z.
They should start doing a Z with a line through it.
Miss Hurd?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, can I see John Hinton for just a moment?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, they best the gloves.
All right. Number 4. This is one like you were talking about, Will. 4 less than 5 times a number G. Four less
Oh, weird G.
than 5 times a number G. It's kind of a big scripty one. It's one of those double steps. Sometimes you have to start at the back of the problem first and then work your way forward. All right, Catherine, what do you think?
5G minus 4.
That's right. 5G minus 4. Because it's 5 times G and it's 4 less than that. Okay? That's exactly right.
Can we do another one of those?
Everything is awesome.
Can we do a brain sweater?
I love algebra.
Oh yeah, can you give us a brain sweater?
There is no answer. That is the answer. We don't know what G is, so we can't solve it.
Wait, is our test gonna be like you have to do this?
Mm-hmm. Some of it.
Brain sweater. Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Ooh.
Draw the guy. Draw the guy. guy. The cloud guy. That's splitting.
You should
Brain
just
splitter.
do a sweaty brain with a brain teach a sweater.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
This is
No, you gotta put a brain on
yeah.
So demanding. Brain sweater.
You gotta put the little circles that are trailing
Oh my gosh.
No, to the shirt.
It's so small. Okay. How about
Don't make it bigger.
You only wrote one squiggle. Wait, I got it.
Oh,
yes?
Wait, what's the last
I know, I'm excited.
11.
It's like a cookbook, kind of.
11 what happened?
I'm excited.
Wait, do we solve
73 more than 8 sets of 32 after 11 have been removed.
Wait, do we solve the problem or do we?
You can't.
I got it.
I got it.
I have no clue. No clue.
No,
I
let's just do the.
I'm sorry. Let me put in a variable here.
No.
Think H, but we know it's 32.
So 70.
No, I changed it.
I got it.
Oh, go up there and ask him.
Yeah, bring it to me. Let me see.
Oh,
No. I just made it up so I have to think about the interest.
I put the parentheses in
Yes.
Oh, I put the Oh, I got it.
No, you didn't. That was right.
Okay.
Yes.
I took a guess, but I think I got it.
Yes.
I'm very good. Did I get it?
I think I got it.
No, close. All right. Look. Now look what you're doing. You're putting it in my camera. Okay.
There's sour gumbo.